All right, so what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy, and we are back in the 5.5 beta, and it's hoodie season. And no, we ain't talking about that boy A Boogie, but shout out to that man because that album is fire. What we talking about for this one, boys, is actually Rogue in her new Uncanny Avengers uniform, because this thing is pure fire, baby. After waiting all this time for her to finally get some love, Netmarble actually delivered in a big way, man. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, right? She didn't get everything that I wanted her to get, but I personally think if the update were to drop right now and what we have for Rogue is what we end up getting in the final product, because keep in mind, this is just the beta, so everything you see here is subject to change, which means even though she looks really good right now, she could be nerfed. And even if some of you guys think she's not good enough, right, she could be buffed. This is not the final product. Like Frieza did say, this is not her final form. Okay, so keep that in mind. She could get buffed, she could get nerfed, but at the end of the day, what we have right now in this beta is actually pretty good, and I think it was worth the wait. Not only is this thing aesthetically pleasing to look at, especially considering this is what we had. This is the best we had previously, right? But the buffs are actually quite juicy, man. Not to mention the team ups in this uniform, right? Overall, this thing is actually pretty good, and I played with it a bit. I'm gonna show it off to you guys. It's fantastic. If you are a fan of Rogue, you are going to love this uniform. I can promise you that. If this is the only uniform you buy from 5.5, it's not a bad purchase. I'll tell you guys that right now. It's gonna take her out of that hole, that place, that sunken place, you know what I'm saying, where she's been sitting for a good little while, where she's basically just a low tier Shadowland character and nothing else. She's gonna turn into an A1 world boss killer. I'm telling you guys, she's out here beasting thanks to these new buffs that they gave her, like the 40% physical attack buff on her 2 skill. She got 5% more max HP recovery. She didn't get the ability to remove all buffs like I was pushing for, so it's still just active buffs. But in addition to that, she gets 20% more all attack and all defense on her 5th skill. And now she has defense down, applies in world boss, and stacks all the way up to 55%. But one of the main things that I love about this uniform is all the team ups that she has. She has a team up with Colossus, a team up with Iceman, and a team up with Wolverine. Honestly, Netmarble, gimme as many as you can come up with. Rip them from the page of the comics and throw them in my face, because I am loving it. I don't know why you guys started doing this, but I'm not mad at it. Keep doing it, and do it for as many characters as you can do it for, because these team ups, they just bring back so much nostalgia. Oh my goodness, it just makes me so happy, right? I know I'm on a bit of a rant here, but honestly, guys, I'm absolutely loving Rogue's uniform. It's not perfect, it's not super OP busted, but it's definitely a welcome change compared to this and this. Aesthetics and that. We got the substance, we got the juice. I'm gonna show y'all the optional uniforms on it really quickly. I don't have enough mats to get it to Mythic, unfortunately. I will get it to Heroic tomorrow. Actually, I have enough to get it to, I have enough to get it to Legendary. So I'll show you guys some additional information regarding the uniform at a later time. But before that, boys, let's jump into a little bit of gameplay so you guys can see that I'm not just boosting her for no reason. She's actually significantly better, my friends. So check this out. Stage 37 is the highest stage I currently have unlocked for her, and I've just been playing around with her, and we're gonna take her in this stage. No leadership, no support, no strikers, and I want you guys to take a look at her damage output. Just keep in mind, Rogue's leadership is a defensive leadership, right? I do have a good setup on her, but keep in mind that the raid level on this account is also really low, and the build is still not fully completed. I'll show you all the build details in a sec, but I'm actually quite impressed with what we can now do with Rogue, because before, even with strikers and an OP setup, she was definitely not impressing me in the slightest. So to see her be able to do this on her own is actually quite shocking. All right, let's do this. Okay, you want to move out of the radius, that's fine. She dodged that cannonball from Colossus, but that's fine. I got more for you. Yo, seeing these team ups, it's just amazing. It's really amazing. Whoever at Netmarble decided that this was a thing that they were gonna start doing, kudos to you, because you're really the MVP and you're help keeping the company afloat. I can tell you guys that right now, because seeing Iceman coming on one skill, Colossus on another, and Logan on another one is just absolutely stellar. And the more of these they can give me, the happier I'll be. I'll tell you guys that right now. The team ups alone will sell me on a uniform, but yeah, she has way more than that. She's doing really good damage here for having no leadership, no support, no strikers. She's doing this solo dolo, right? This is the same Rogue that you take this uniform off of her, you put Nick Fury lead, Phil Coulson support, and give her like Scarlet Witch, DP, and all those guys, right? And she can't do this, right? But she's doing it now without it. So it says a lot. It really says to me that some effort was placed into this uniform. And I like that. I like when I can clearly see that effort was put into something. Especially with just team ups alone tell me that some thought and effort was placed into this thing, and that makes me very, very happy. So even though we ultimately didn't get the changes that I wanted, I'm pleasantly surprised and very happy with what we did get. Now, the hard part about playing Rogue is keeping the damage proc on the exact same skill over and over again, because her tier 2 passive is constantly increasing the duration of the proc. Hold up, right? So it throws off the rotation basically every time, and you want to ideally be landing the damage proc on, okay, on the 4 or on the 5, because they do the most amount of damage. Who would have thought a couple years ago, right, when Marvel decided to design Rogue's tier 2 passive and Captain Marvel's tier 2 passive, that they would turn out to be what they are today? Makes these guys look like geniuses, right? Because now these two passives, they synergize so well with the CTP of Rage, and Rage is actually now something you can consider for Rogue, right? I wouldn't say make her your first priority. Obviously, you should prioritize people like Doctor Strange, Namor, Jean Grey, right? Captain Marvel, hold up, Mr. Fantastic, right? All those other characters should definitely be high on your list before you even think about putting anything like that on Rogue. But because of her tier 2 passive, right, and because of the fact that she now has respectable damage, as you can see, she's actually somebody worth it. Like, if you really like truly love the character and you have your bases covered, I'm not gonna tell you to sacrifice, hold up, a CTP of Rage of one of your main characters like Thanos or whatever to put on Rogue. I definitely wouldn't say that, because she's not gonna shake up the game those like how those characters are gonna shake up the game. Really? Oh my goodness, this girl just, like, how many times are you going to do that skill? Like, basically what she's trying to say here is Rogue is doing too well, so we're just gonna make it rain lightning spears over and over and over again so she can attack. So it looks like she didn't do any damage. But you guys can see for yourself how well this is going, right? She's one of the tankiest characters in the game, and now she has good damage. Okay, you want to play with me? Okay, you want to play with me. We're gonna see how many bars you have left by the end of this 1 minute, even though you've robbed me by making it rain a whole bunch of lightning, a whole bunch of time. Come on. nobody can tell me that this is bad. If anything, you can tell me this is bad gameplay from me, right? Because I still haven't like gotten a chance to really like focus on playing her solely, because there's so many other characters and uniforms that I need to test out for you guys. But as you can see, man, Rogue is actually out here beasting, pretty much soloing stage 40 Proxima, right? This is actually really, really good considering where she's coming from. And what we're gonna do here is, just to wrap it up, we're gonna go up against Corvus here, stage 40, and we're gonna use these two. And the reason why we're using them is for their tier 2 passives to give her some ignore dodge. And I wanna see just how well she does here in like 2 or 3 minutes. So I want you guys to tell me if you think this Rogue uniform was worth the wait. I personally think so, even though, like I said, what I got is not what I wanted. I wanted more, but I can be satisfied with what Netmarble decided to give us, right? I think it's good. Could it have been better? Yes. But is it good? Yes. Is it enough for your crystals? Absolutely. Right? She got enough damage, she has enough survivability, and she has these, no pun intended, cool ass team-ups. Okay? No pun intended. Yo, Ronan is so slow. My guy Ronan is so slow. Love him to death though. Still my guy. Okay, let's go. 5. I wish Colossus would go a little bit further ahead. Like, instead of landing so far away from the boss. But I guess he wants to land beside Rogue so Rogue can take a bit of his powers. It's really cool, man. Like, what would have been even more awesome is if it was just random and she would take like some powers from one of the 3 characters instead of, actually she could have tanked that. It would have been really cool if instead of just being able to take Colossus's organic steel, if it was just random. I guess, would you guys rather random or just like guaranteed? I don't know. I would have liked being able to spice it up where I could take Iceman's powers for a little bit, or take Wolverine's claws for a little bit, instead of just being able to take Colossus's a Colossi English. Anyways, right? But it's really cool that she can at least take one person's powers finally, right? We can't have all the skills in the game at our disposal, but hey, we can now reflect some physical damage, which is pretty cool and could be useful for some PvP scenarios. So that's pretty dope. And the fact that, like I said, baby girl is out here doing 40s, right, by herself with no support. I guess you guys could say this is support because they're giving her some ignore dodge, but that's literally the only thing that they're giving her, right? Not to say getting ignore dodge is nothing, but it's nothing compared to like a 50% all attack lead or some crazy stuff like that, right? Yo, baby girl is so fast. Whoa, look at that. Look at that. What are you trying to do, buddy? Hold up. I'm having a lot of fun with her is what I was gonna say. Ooh. Okay, come on. So we'll stop at about 3 minutes. Hopefully I don't die. Okay, there we go. Get that. Can we? Yeah. Nice. Yeah. She's awesome. I can't lie. She's awesome. Oh, come on. No. Okay. And yeah. She's awesome. I said we're gonna stop at 3 minutes, but man, we're having fun. And Rogue is actually out here putting in work. Finally a respectable DPSer for a world boss, doing 40s on her own. Don't die, tank it all, baby. Okay. So I don't know about you guys. Is it worth your money? I don't know. Is it worth it to me? Yes. But I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. I'm having fun with her. I think that Marvel did a good job. I love the team ups, the attack buff that she got from this uniform is nice. And I'm definitely going to invest a lot into her. You can expect to see more Rogue videos from me when the update goes live. We're going to wrap this one up right here though. overall, I think Rogue is actually pretty damn cool in this new uniform. I have a CTP of energy on her, by the way, in case you guys are wondering. I definitely think she's deserving of that much at the very least. So I'm gonna give her a custom gear on my account when I get her day one. I'm gonna test her out as much as possible with a custom gear. Then I'm gonna probably switch over to energy, see how far I can push her with energy, and then I'll try her with rage, because I know you guys prefer when I do it that way instead of just jumping in day one and giving them a CTP. Okay, anyways, boys, we're gonna wrap it up right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Let me know who else you guys want to see from me, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. I am very, very happy with Rogue. Shout out to Netmarble. This one is a banger for me just because of the team ups alone, but the fact that she's actually now a respectable character for World Boss, you have my attention, Netmarble. I am paying attention, and I really love it when you guys come through like this. Thank y'all so much for watching, boys. I love y'all. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.